race fans, Ryan Aho here from the One to Go Show, bringing you another episode here of the BuyRaceShirts.com One to Go Show Midwest Mod Power Rankings. Little shout out first, our friends over at Minnesota Truck Headquarters. Of course, we know the crew at Minnesota Truck Headquarters heavily involved in dirt track racing. Your number one pre-owned place in the entire state. I mean, absolutely unbelievable service over there. Great selection, great group of people, first-class ownership over there. They do a lot for dirt track racing. Check them out, Minnesota Truck Headquarters. So, little shout out here. Not going to do a full recap of all the races. Not going to try to make this a half-hour, 45-minute show, right? We're all on a time schedule here. So, going to give a little shout out to my buddy, though, Swervin' Mervin Castle. Not quite in the top 10, but 3 wins to start the season. I don't know if he's ever had 3 wins before in a year, 2 for sure, but 3 to start the season. Hey, tip of the cap there, Mervin. Win a few more, we might get you up in this top 10. So let's have it. Here it is, our BuyRaceShirts.com One to Go Show Power Rankings. Little shout out, BuyRaceShirts.com. If you need shirts, you need hats, you need hoodies, any type of apparel for racing, for businesses, for clubs, you name it, check them out, BuyRaceShirts.com. At number 10, Brandon Jensen. 2 wins on the year in 4 races. Does not travel a whole lot. Runs at Cedar Lake, runs a little bit over at the Red Cedar Speedway in Menominee. Now, seems to be the class of the field at the Cedar Lake Speedway. I get it. They're not sanctioned. It's a non-sanctioned deal. Mostly with soda guys over there anyway, okay? But Brandon Jensen, when the money's on the line in that area, even heading up to the ABC Raceway in Ashland for their money shows, Jensen's a threat every single time. Remember, the biggest Midwest mod, or one of the biggest Midwest mod races of the year, month of money at the Cedar Lake Speedway, $5,000 to win. He's going to have something to say about that yet again in 2023. At number 9, David Swearingen, another second-generation driver here. Dad's a heck of a lot of fun, but Dad, you need to open up the checkbook, right? I'm probably David pays for his own stuff, I'm guessing, but Dino, you need to open up the freaking checkbook so this kid can race more than once a month. I mean, come on. He's like AJ Demo. Where's Waldo? Where is this guy? It's frustrating as a fan. Why? Because he's like Demo. He unloads. He's on the podium, wins races. The kid's special. He's very talented behind the wheel, but man, oh man, I want to see this kid race more. So help a brother out. At number 8, Brandon Rehill. 2 wins on the year. The Midwest Mod representative for Team Canada. A few good ones up there. In fact, the Thunder City Speedway in Thunder Bay, they had over 40 cars at their opener, and they're expecting to have close to 40 on a weekly basis. He runs mostly like Kenora. He'll run over a little bit to Victory Lane. Maybe we'll see him in Thunder Bay, but I can tell you this. He had a hell of a season last year. Really, really good. Will he get enough shows in 2023 to contend for a national championship? It's early, and time will tell, but man, I hope so, because the kid's fun to watch. At number 7, Adam Brotherton, another South Dakota standout over there. There's a few pretty darn good ones in that state. He's one of them. Started the season with a pair of wins. Winless since. Come on, guy. Pick up the pace a little bit. I'm guessing, right? I'm guessing he probably wants Friday back. Now, his last 3 were on the podium, but he had a big lead with like 5 to go at Brown County. Probably, it's one of those deals. He stayed up top, and the guy was coming on the bottom, didn't even know it, kind of caught him by surprise. Great job to that guy, and he let it get away. Probably wants that one back. He let it get away, but Brotherton at number 7. At number 6, another second-generation driver, Corey Stork. Fun to watch. He's a hustler. He's up on the wheel for sure. A 3rd and a 5th at Fergus at the King of Dirt races, which meant what? He was in the conversation. They had really, really good race cars there. The eye test says he's close. He did have a win this weekend as well. Look for Stork to turn the wick up just a little bit in the coming weeks in that 57. At number 5, Cody Carlson. Rough week for Cody. Kind of reminds me of Justin Vogel there, a little up and down. I'm not sure what happened here this past week. So, Cody, rebound week. We need a rebound week out of you. So here's the deal. Zach Benson has been really good. Cody Carlson's the only guy this year to drive by him and steal a win. He did that at the Gondiklau Speedway at the Wisconsin Mod Nationals event. Probably a Race of the Year candidate. He was super fun to watch. He worked over Zach Benson. That hasn't happened very often this year. So, with that said, 2 wins on the year for Cody. Looking for him to kind of bounce back a little bit. I have high hopes for the 32, I guess, whatever you want to call it, 32, the third, I guess it is. But Cody Carlson inside the top 5 at 5. At number 4, Tony Liker. So, Tony Liker, 5 wins, a second, and 2 DNFs in 8 shows. Who beat him? His brother's back. So that could pose trouble because Troy's a wheel man too. I'm not sure that anybody, because we hear this all the time, it's the Eastern bias in Wissota. Oh, man, they're way out west. They're in Wyoming. They don't count, right? Well, some of them are very best have gone out there and tried to beat them and have been unsuccessful in doing so. I'm not sure that anybody can go out there. I would love to see somebody throw some real big money at that Mountain States Mod Tour week that they have out there. They have 4 shows. And big enough and not run it against like the Rebel Midwest Mod like they did last year. That sucked. But throw big enough money at it to get the very best from Wissota to go west and go race on their turf. I have a feeling that some of them would go home with their tails between their legs because them Liker boys are pretty good. At number 3, the Nightmare, Lucas Rodin. So Lucas Rodin, 3 wins on the year, always in contention. He has back-to-back Rebel Midwest Mod Championships. Probably going to get number 3. Good news for the Midwest Mod drivers. Going to play around with the mod here a little bit this week. Sure how I feel about that. 2nd and 3rd at the KOD. Little bit of a gift on night number 1 as he, not sure what happened, but got together, let's just say, with Zach Benson, lost a bunch of spots. Yellow come out. Kind of a fortunate deal there for Lucas Rodin. Nobody got a flat that was good. He also got a 2nd at the Mod Nationals. So at the money shows against the top drivers on the biggest stages on the podium all 3 nights, right? Now, if his car rotated a little bit better, I talked to him about that. I'm like, God, that thing looks like a road grader going through the middle of the corner. If that thing rotated, he might be number 1. Rodin right now at number 3. At number 2, Mike Nichols. Super fun to watch. I tell you what, you want to talk about a car that rotates good? This car rotates good. Kane got this thing figured out, helping them guys out a bunch. Fresh off his win, he won the King of Dirt. So congratulations to him. That's a couple wins at Fergus for Nichols. 3 wins. He's money when the money's on the line. Got a kid on the way. So excited for the Nichols family to bring another kid into the racing world here. Whether it's a boy or a girl, doesn't matter because boys and girls win races. So that's going to be another Nichols driver. So we're going to have to get old dad, get Lanny to open up the checkbook. I think they can start racing 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there. Not sure how much Nichols is going to race once the kid arrives, but man, I hope it's a lot because it's fun to watch. And at number 1, before we get to that, how about we bring a little shout out? Dirt Race Central, the number 1 driver brought to you by Dirt Race Central, the official streaming platform of the One to Go show and of Wissota Auto Racing. Let's face it, if you're a Wissota racing fan, like if you're watching these drivers that I'm talking about, or if you're one of the drivers, you got to have a subscription. You can watch them live on pay-per-view, all the races, but man, the amount of races. Just on Thursday this week, I think they have 5, and that's a Thursday, right? So Dirt Race Central, they do a great job. They catch a lot of the Wissota action. You're going to want to get a subscription. At number 1, Zach Benson, and it's kind of not close right now. 7 wins on the year. Now get this, 5 in a row. His last 5, 6 of his last 7. Well, Cody Carlson worked him over and took one from him there. Otherwise, it'd be 7 in a row because he was leading that one too. So 3rd, 1st, and 1st at the Mod Nationals. 1st at the prelude to the King of Dirt. Then he left and he went to Ogilvie. That's one of his home turf tracks. Got to race with the World of Outlaws. I'm here to tell you, I want to race with the World of Outlaws in the Super Stocks back, a long time ago. Let's put it that way. That's a big deal, right? Because you're talking absolutely the biggest crowd that he'll race in front of all year long, and he delivered. He put on a show. That 17B is absolutely on point right now. keep it together. A couple of years, he's been fast. Last year, kind of up and down, but the year before, he won a bunch early, then kind of had the gremlins come in. Maintenance, stay out of trouble. If he can stay out of trouble, I'm telling you right now, that 17B is going to be very tough to beat in the national title race. Zach Benson at number 1.